Ba, 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 ba.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
Hi,
no.
everybody. Hi,
Oh
everybody. If we
no.
listen, if I had opened up on this screen, it would have played the rest like it's doing right now. But if I go over to this screen, it's off unless I press this button, which brings it back. And
My
there it
goodness.
is.
Mike's messed this up so many times. He has a safety net now. He made a safety net. You're like, we need a plan B. It's okay, Mike. If this is any indication of how the rest of the episode is going, it'll be a great one.
Then we're doing so good. How you doing, Kevin?
I might.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. Have you
Oh,
been?
Mike.
Hmm?
Christmas in April.
It's Christmas in April. Listen, it was cold today.
Mike has his Clarence get up.
I was so chilly.
It was cold in Canada, you don't say.
We're supposedly getting better weather in the next little bit, though, so I'm pretty happy about that. Excuse the error
That's good.
sound.
Proud of
Yeah.
you.
I mean, I don't think I need it. Oh no.
No, you're not. I just checked.
Yeah.
You're
Oh, good. There we go. Sorry, another error sound. There we go. You know what? I had totally forgotten to put in the
Isn't it
Periscope
great we don't
feed.
actually start the podcast right away?
No, yeah, totally. Imagine.
You guys get like a pre-peach.
a
A
preach.
pre you get a preach, you get a freege in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you are a patron, then not only do you get the page, but now you also get the preach, and you get the freege, and you get the liege. Eventually, someday you might get something else, but
The deej. If you're a
Yeah.
member, then you get the reach.
it's more the D and D.
The rescue quad. The
yeah.
D&D.
Anyway, it's cool.
What kind of a meme did we dig ourselves into?
Bit too deep. Let's make it
Like
a little smaller there.
we're in really deep on this one. Like we can't get out.
Can't get out.
It's like a certain canal and a certain boat. Like that's how deep we are right now.
Yeah.
need
Anyway,
a
it's good to
crane.
see all my favorite people. I'm seeing Lupus in the chat, Antonio, Dill Pickle, Clover Bells, and Lupus, who I think I just said first, but deserved to say again. Brandon, Vincent says muted. Don't say muted if I'm not muted.
Liars. Oh, welcome to stream culture, Mike.
Honestly.
It got so bad that when I said muted, Mike was like, "Is Kevin telling the truth?" I'm like, Mike, I'm on your side.
Oh my gosh.
Why would I lie to you?
It is not to my benefit to lie to you, right? Like this. And yet I was still like, no, I'm not muted. What are you talking about? But no, there have been too many people who have not been saying that I'm muted, and people who are actually responding to me. So we're good.
By bringing it up, we're just asking them to meme it though.
Honestly, yeah.
It's just gonna happen.
Unless they've just been listening to you this whole time, and they're like, Mike is irrelevant. All that matters is what Kevin's saying. We listen to Kevin.
Well, if you're listening to Kevin, stop being mean to Mike.
Tell him he's muted if he is. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is Pokésports. I'm glad to see you here. It's going to be a fun time this week. There's been a little bit of news, and we're just like clinging on to those breadcrumbs at this point. We're like, just give us more stuff to talk about. But we have plenty. We have plenty now.
One day this will become a Pokemon Snap podcast.
Competitive Pokemon Snap. I mean, I wouldn't hate to do that for one episode.
We got to figure out how we can even go head to head. It's gonna take like a lot of editing and recording.
We'll figure it out. Okay. Well, this is Pokésports Podcast, episode 73.
Okay. We could always smack down it, right?
We could smack down it. I could just push, woo. You know?
Yeah. 73.
73. Here we go.
We're getting old.
We're
well into retirement at this point.
Yes, finally.
Starting our reverse mortgages.
Reverse mortgage. Oh, Kevin, you know too much about this now. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Give me another couple months. I haven't even signed up for courses yet. Come on. You're gonna make me sign up for courses during the Peach, by the way. Just saying.
Oh, I got you.
And of course, going over here, there's the theme song. Get out of here, theme song. We don't need you right now. Anyway, here we go. Hello and welcome to Pokésports, a competitive Pokemon podcast. I'm Mike and I play with 2 Pokemon on the field.
I'm Kevin. I thought I was done with Players Cup for a couple of months, but now we have another one.
The second. Wow. So one, not only are we, let's jump right into it. Let's just jump into it. Yeah.
I mean, they did a good job by announcing another one literally right now, because otherwise, Series 8 was going to be completely irrelevant. Everyone would leave right now and just wait for Series 9.
They kind of saw that coming. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk about the Players Cup 4 in just a bit. That's something that you have to look forward to today. Let me tell you about a couple things that you have to look forward to today. Actually,
forward. We're gonna look forward.
No.
That's what the beast sounds like, guys, by the way. Making noises.
I just dipped to the starting screen on YouTube too. Okay, anyway, that's one thing you have to look forward to today. Second thing you have to look forward today, it's Tentacruel Day. I don't know if we said last week that it was Tentacool Day, but I'm pretty sure that we might have. Today is Tentacruel Day. Have a good time with that one. Pokésports podcast number 73, Pokemon number 73 in the Pokedex is Tentacruel. Kevin, what do you think comes next?
Oh no!
Yeah, you forgot we did this.
It has to be a Watermon because Tentacruel is in the water.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, because you know how the Dex isn't a perfect representation of the order you play the game in, but typically the newer Pokemon are in the front of the Dex that you see very early on, and then later on you see the back end of the Dex. So when we're going to what's that island called? The Ice Island with Articuno on it. Yeah, on the way to Cinnabar.
Seafoam.
Sure. Which isn't ice at all. I don't know why they called it Seafoam Island.
That's not Seafoam Island. I don't actually think it is.
Ice Island, Ice Cave. When we go towards the Ice Cave, you get a lot of tentacles.
I'm absolutely right. Yes, it is Seafoam Island. Oh my gosh, I'm so sick.
Why would they name an island after Seafoam? Isn't Seafoam everywhere?
Yeah, and one might say so is this island. I immediately have a problem with the Pokedex now that you've said that. Because the Pokedex originally was Professor Oak going around and wanting to index all the Pokemon, right?
Yes.
So why would it not go in order of the areas that they're found in? You start in one spot and you start walking around. Say you start in Pallet Town. Number 1 should be Rattata or Pidgey, or Nidoran should be somewhere around there, Spearow kind of thing. Then you go into the water and you see Tentacool, Tentacruel, Goldeen. I'm going to assume that Goldeen's the next one.
Oh, that's a good one. So if you say Goldeen, I'm going to say Magikarp.
Okay.
Did we say Magikarp? I don't think
we definitely haven't done Magikarp. It might help for us to go through what has already been done at some point.
If we had 60 episodes, we weren't even doing this.
Yeah, for real. Oh boy. Okay, so next week we'll see who's the victor. I'm going to probably need to write down that one of us guessed something, or else I'm going to completely forget. Anyway, that's one of the things you have to look forward to this episode, is all that Tentacruel talk we're going to do.
Hey, there was a time and a place where Tentacruel was meta in Series 6.
It's
Remember that?
good.
With Bulldoze Clear Body and you weakness policy proc it and be like, Nyum.
I don't know about the weakness policy for VGC stuff, but it's good. If I remember correctly, it has super high special defense, which is just absolutely nutso. It's got a base 120 special defense, base 100 speed. That's not bad.
You would not expect this Pokemon to be faster than Yveltal, but it is.
The answer may surprise you.
Beats me, but it is.
Yeah.
You all swimming through the sky can't go faster than a jellyfish. That's pretty impressive.
That's got liquid ooze as well, so there you
Is
go
that
with
like a
that.
unique ability? I've never heard of that ability.
Liquid ooze, let me tell you exactly what it
Damages
does.
opponents using leeching moves for as
Yes.
much as they would heal. Interesting.
And it's not a unique ability, but it's one of 4 that have it, and one of 2 Pokemon lines that have it. The other being Swalot.
Oh,
So I don't
see
blame
why.
you for not knowing what it is.
Yeah, I see why I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
The thing is, that's cool, but the problem is most Pokemon that use Leech Seed are Ferrothorn.
Venusaur.
Well, not
Comfy.
Comfy.
Draining Kiss.
Oh yeah, I guess that includes any leeching moves.
Yeah. I don't like the implications of Liquid Ooze and Draining Kiss.
Next.
Smogon. We almost have Smogon news. Can I tell you? We're so close to Smogon news. Smogon's doing their 3-month sessions now that we're in 2021. And January through March is almost done. So we're probably going to get some bans or some tier shifts next week, which I'm super excited about.
It's about time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Barraskewda can finally leave the tier.
Right. I will say that the official Smogon tournament, the most recent one, has just finished. Winning match being between Lord Enz and Empo. And I believe Empo actually ended up taking that win. Yeah, there it is.
You go, Empo.
You go, Empo.
We here at Pokésports, we're proud of you.
I respect you. That's an OU tournament, by the way. Interesting rules for that one. You are allowed to swap your teams at any point during your matches. So it's a best of 3, but if you lose or if you win your first match, you can bring a completely different team for the second match. So that's what ended up happening in game 1. Empo had won using a Tapu Koko, Hippowdon, Clefable, Toxapex, Reuniclus, and Skarmory. Kept that team for the second match and then lost that match. Going into the third match, ended up bringing Landorus, Therian, Clefable, Kartana, Heatran, Rillaboom, and Blacephalon. So completely swapped up what he was doing there just for that last game.
My dude went from the thickest tanks and toxic stallers to the hyper offensive team real quick.
Absolutely.
Like, nope, I'm done with this Skarmory. Let's move on.
Yeah, Blacephalon's apparently very often used in OU.
It's not awful.
No, it's not.
Just not fast enough for VGC, I feel.
Yeah.
VGC is gotta go fast just because it's so easy to set up tailwinds.
Or
I feel like
have a
speed
Clefable.
control. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like speed control, I guess, is, I don't want to say more important in VGC, but it's definitely more focused on.
Speed control is super important in VGC. Yeah. Because you can always just build tank in singles and the offense doesn't matter at all.
Well, you're in a bad position, you could swap 6 times and then bada bing, tailwinds.
Swap 6 times, have your Hippowdon come out and Sandstream, swap into your Toxapex and regenerate.
Wish, teleport,
yeah, exactly.
teleport.
Wish, teleport, wish, teleport. That's all you need. But it was interesting matches nonetheless. That's actually a mode where Corviknight, Skarmory, and Mandibuzz kind of all see play, which is fun to see at the very least.
Y'all remember Corviknight though?
Yeah.
Where are you at,
Corviknight and Skarmory? Skarmory never had a chance in Gen 8 VGC.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
We already got a legendary steel type. We also got this new fancy one. Sorry.
Yes, exactly.
More Skarmory.
So that's
it is better hazard setter though, right?
It is.
And super.
It is.
It does it all.
It does it all. Players Cup 4. We have it. There it is. Up on screen right now. Players Cup 4. It's there. We have some information about it. All the players who enter are receiving 50 BP, which now in my year and a half of being away from tournaments, well, I guess full year, I've totally forgotten what BP even is. Doesn't matter. Like
BP is the in-game points,
that's
right?
the end game points, right?
So
I had
who
to think
cares?
about. I was like, that has nothing to do with worlds, does it? No,
I got I got
that's
300 of
CP.
those every single month. I don't need more BP.
Isn't
Come on, man.
that's CP that lets you go to worlds, right?
Yes,
I'm
championship.
fully brain farting on that. Wow, it's been a year, man.
It's been a long time since CP was even used. I don't even blame you.
That's true.
The thing is, like, these are just qualifiers, alright? So, best of ones.
Yeah.
Series 8.
And which we should say are completely different ways of playing than best of threes. Like you can bring the super high meta of Players Cup 3 into Players Cup 4. You can bring the winning team from Players Cup 3 into Players Cup 4 and still have a terrible time with it. Because you can absolutely get cheesed out by gimmicky teams.
And we're gonna get into this a little later, but
yeah,
it's so funny how the 4 regions that the Players Cup 3 is in all have very different metas, and it's so weird to see. We're gonna get into some of their teams later, but like when it comes to best of ones, you never really know what you're gonna see. And what's really interesting is that this qualifiers is also gonna be used because you know how like Japan has their own championship series. They don't affiliate with Play Pokemon. They're gonna use this open qualifier to determine their Japanese championship finalists, their world championships, because they are doing live events.
Yes.
They're doing that semi-hybrid thing, right? So this is interesting. So you're going to be playing with a lot of Japanese players that are going to be going hard.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of those things where it's like, even if you lose a bunch, like keep on playing because you might have just faced off against a lot of Japanese players who won't be qualifying for your thing anyway. Like they're just completely taken out of the roster there. You can still land in the top 256 if you place high enough.
Like honestly, you might even be able to like place 2000 at this point because a lot of Japanese players are going to be playing and they're just going to be taking the spots away from you.
Yeah. So we're saying it now, even though it's legit 2 weeks away, the actual competition.
I have a goal for this one.
Uh-huh.
You know how I got 70 in the world last time?
Yes.
My goal is 69.
There you go.
No more, no less.
If you do that, then my goal would be 420.
Oh, I think you got this, Mike.
I think
what we should do, like honestly, if we both want to get in this time, I think me and you got to go with the same team, and we actually have to spend time with each other during the week and play some matches together.
I'd be down with that. I need that kind of practice.
Kind of hunkered down.
Mm-hmm. It's actually one of the themes of today's episode that we're going to be focusing on is specifically so that I can get better at playing for the Players Cup 4.
I think you made some massive improvements. I think you did a lot better this Players Cup 3 than you did, with your Milotic team. With your, what was it? Orbeetle?
Yeah, Milotic and Orbeetle. Oh,
your Orbeez
wow.
Team?
See, like now, my Orbeez team. Thinking way back and thinking like, oh, I could probably make that work, and seeing how well that worked out for like everybody who tried to use it since. I mean, it probably wasn't the best pick.
Everyone that tries it struggles. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
There are times where I'm like, new gravity team, and it's always those two, right? And I'm just like, they struggle. And the matches aren't easy. If they do win, the matches aren't easy.
Yeah. This upcoming Players Cup has a prize pool of $45K. First place will be receiving $5,000. Second place receives $3.5 down to 2.5, all the way down to 13th place, which gets $250.
Not even bad.
That's not bad.
You know what this tells me? This tells me because a lot of people are like, "Ooh, money," but technically, getting the travel reward is better than this.
Yes,
because the travel reward one guarantees your spot in an event. You pay for the flight, you pay for hotel and stuff. So it's like a lot. It ends up adding up because you're there for like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
But this is telling me that they're anticipating having a lot of Players Cup that they don't want to accommodate for these many people once international tournaments come back.
Yeah.
Because
they have a lot of money left over here.
I think all the top 16 that are playing already make it, or the top 4 that are playing already made it.
Yeah.
They already get the travel reward or something. Like a couple people in Players Cup get the travel reward. It's not just the winner.
Right.
So at this point, they're like, okay, stop, guys. It's cheaper for us to just give them money.
Well, also it is kind of cool though to see like money being given back to people, because Lord knows like there's a lot of money going into Pokemon, especially these days from say the TCG side. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah, cardboard costs a lot of money nowadays.
I just had a friend who went to another friend's house to open up boxes, and they went in with like 13 or 14 different like Elite Trainer boxes, which is a lot of packs.
My goodness.
Yeah. I mean, granted, their pretense was that they wanted to learn how to play the game, which is cool. I like that. I respect that. But still.
I don't think you need 13 Elite Trainer boxes. I'm just saying. I don't think you need that many. In fact, I think most of the good cards are in Darkness Ablaze, not in.
Welcome to Pokésports, a gossip podcast about my friends.
Guys, you could have just downloaded Pokemon TCG.
That's
Just
fair.
say.
That is fair.
Get the digital cardboard.
Players Cup 4 will run in June 19th, they say. So take your time. That one will likely be Series 9 rules, which I don't want to talk about that yet. We're still a month away, and a lot can happen, and just need more to happen than what has already happened. Let's take a look at Players Cup 3's usage stats, though, because we have Nimbasa City Post who posted this. Thank you, Nimbasa City Post. Go and check them out. They posted the top 16 from the VGC 2021 qualifiers. I wanted to look at some of these and discuss. Now, obviously, for those of you who are watching on mobile or anything smaller than a big screen, you might not be able to see exactly what these Pokemon are, but or if you're listening on podcasts. But we'll try our best to list out some of these Pokemon here. So how about we pick one favorite from each of the regions? We've got North America, Europe, Latin America, and Oceania. Kevin, do you have a favorite from NA?
I gotta go with one of the two Colossal players at this point.
Right?
Like, yeah. I think Joe UX9 definitely has the team to take it all the way with the triple dark types, and no, that's not a dark type. Double dark types with
It is triple dark types.
No, because that's a water issue.
Oh, it's a water Shifu. Got it.
Yeah, to break the weakness policy. And I'm also on a thing where I think Dragapult's a lot better than people are giving him credit for it. And if you notice, Dragapult's made into the top 4 of the NA. So I think one of the two teams, either Mike D'Angelo or Joe UX9, definitely has a shot at winning the whole thing with that team. I'm gonna try to base this on just teams.
Yeah.
By the way, just so I don't get into personal preference.
Exactly. Like personal, we know Joseph Ugarte, who's Joe UX9 on Twitch and other places. Really strong player, really good. Coming in with an Yveltal, Incineroar, Rillaboom, Colossal, Dragapult, and Urshifu Rapid Strikes. So I mean, knowing him, if I were being super biased, I think he's a very, very strong player and has the potential to make it all the way. But I also think that the team is just really, really good, and that no one has really found a decent, all-encompassing solution to Colossal yet, which is really sad.
It's just like, it's so good. It's so good, and if your team isn't prepared for it, and I feel like, I don't know, at this point, maybe your team should at least try to prepare for it.
Yeah.
Even if it is prepared for it, if the player is good enough, they play around it. And if you
did call that, by the way.
Yeah,
you called that way before the Players Cup even happened. You were like, make sure you're playing around Colossal because it's going to be there.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
behold.
Thing with when it comes down to it, and when it comes down to like the late game Players Cup, like these players are all like really good, right? They're all so strong. Obviously, they've played with Colossal probably more times than you faced the Colossal, so they know the matchups, they know how to play around it. And sometimes it comes down to, okay, say Joe Yokozawa is going to face Jonathan Evans, who's running a Kyogre, Torkoal, Tornadus, Venusaur, Metagross, and Grimmsnarl.
Mhm.
Jonathan Evans sees the Colossal, right? So immediately what John Evans wants to do is bring Kyogre. All Joe has to do is not bring Colossal. And immediately Joe can lead with Rillaboom and can lead with Yveltal and deal with Kyogre kind of relatively easily.
Yeah.
But you could just even force the leads on your opponent and then predict it from there.
Right. I mean,
And
it's
especially when you give good players a team sheet, when you give them a team sheet, they know how to use it.
they know how to read it exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Looking at Europe, Europe's a bit of an interesting beast.
You guys are really creative. Good job. It's like everyone in Europe got together, was like, so what team we're gonna play with?
Exactly.
This time,
Everybody got together and made a decision. In Europe, 2 players brought the exact same team: Groudon, Incineroar, Charizard, Umbreon, Venusaur, and Regieleki. The 4th person in this list brought the same team, except instead of Incineroar, they brought a Grimmsnarl. So it's the same 5 Pokemon for 3 of the teams. Same 6 for 2 of them. The last person is bringing basically the same team as most of the NA people, except they're bringing the Zacian variant, where you have Zacian and Landorus Incarnate with your Colossal, Dragapult, Urshifu teams. So it's either Sun or Colossal for that one. Personally,
Can we go over the Umbreon representation?
Yes, right?
Whoa, out of the woodwork.
I think it's amazing.
I don't remember if that was something that I mentioned we should use.
Yes.
But it's a great Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I've definitely complained about facing Umbreons during videos where I was playing against Umbreon. I'm just like, it doesn't go away.
It truly does not go away.
It's nasty.
Yeah.
And when you give it Sun and Moonlight, like 75% heal. Jeez. Okay.
I honestly I love this team so much. I think that Sun team, the one with the Grimmsnarl and not the Incineroar, is the one that I would say is favored going into that, because just I think that Grimmsnarl is underappreciated. I think that
so good,
it's such a good Pokemon. There are 4, I'm counting 4 instances of that in Players Cup, 3 qualifiers, which I believe is the same as Colossals in this one.
Umbreon has 5. Yeah.
Umbreon has 5 representation. Grimmsnarl has 4. Colossal also has 4. So a quarter of these teams are bring that. That's saying that that's saying that Grimmsnarl is about as respected as Colossal, and I don't think that's the case. I think that more people would be bringing Grimmsnarl if they had really thought about it.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Also, Groudon won the weather war this time around. The Sun is like really sitting and like pushing Rain to the ground here. There's only one Rain team in the whole top 16.
Mm-hmm. Umbreon.
Which is not what you expected, because when Series 8 started, that was the opposite.
Oh yeah, no, everyone was bringing Kyogre
everywhere. It was like Kyogre and Zacian. There was nothing else. It was Kyogre and Lapdog. But now it's just like, where are either of those? There's still some dog, but not so much Lapras. It's definitely weird.
There's still a pretty healthy mix of Calyrexes too, like Ice and Shadow.
Shadow's just you can't get, like, if there was an ideal Pokemon, Calyrex Shadow would be that Pokemon in my opinion. It'd be Zacian and Calyrex, the physical idealist and the special idealist. It doesn't get any better than Calyrex. The only thing they could do that could make it better is remove its psychic type, and then it could be perfect.
Just make it like a straight up ghost type that has a spread move. Oof. So
that's all you need, really.
Let's talk about Latin America.
Calyrex is kind of a mix of different kinds of teams. They kind of remind me of NA, because NA was very different team all around. You had a Trick Room team, you had a Colossal team, 2 Colossal teams, and then you had a Rain team. Europe was like, hey, everyone, let's play Sun, and everyone brought Sun.
Right.
Latin America kind of seems that way with Calyrex, but at the same time, you do still have your Sun, you do still have your Zacian Colossal mix in there.
There's a
so
Salamence on that last team.
Yo, Gabriel Agati, man.
Gabriel Agati, not bad.
Nice.
Alberto Daza is the only one bringing a Regieleki Weezing combination.
That's a Reggie Gigas.
Regigigas Weezing.
But yeah, I mean, I forgot about that Pokemon, right?
Right? But it's so good though. It's so good though. There's so many abilities that if they get canceled out, you just win the game. Like Weezing comes out on a Kyogre, you win the game.
The thing is, like, a lot of people don't know this, but Calyrex's ability doesn't actually get affected by neutralizing gas. It's one of the few abilities that don't get affected by neutralizing gas. For some reason. I feel like it totally should. But you can keep getting stat boosts, even with a Weezing on the field.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds bugged.
As one, I probably is. As one does not get affected by neutralizing gas.
Huh. So I guess it's, well, how are you going to remove the ability to be as one?
I guess so, right? Calyrex is the pinnacle.
Wow.
Calyrex invented neutralizing gas.
Wow. Interesting. All right. Well, so we're saying that a Calyrex team is going to pull. If anyone from Latin America is to win this, would you say a Calyrex team is the one? I don't know how I feel about that second one. Calyrex, Indeedee, Umbreon, Rotom Heat, Whimsicott, and Thundurus. I don't feel like it has the power.
They're putting a lot of eggs into that Calyrex to carry the game.
Yeah.
Because, Umbreon, Indeedee, and Whimsicott aren't going to win on their own.
Right? Like, you toss an Urshifu out, and it's like, what do?
In that case, then they have to rely on the Thundurus.
Yeah.
The thing is, those are both 2 squishy Pokemon that can get taken out. I don't know, man. I definitely don't think second team's going to win. I think Sun team has a good chance. Orlando Luna's team with a Groudon, Charizard, Umbreon, Grimmsnarl, Venusaur, and Regieleki, which is actually the exact same team as Raphael.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez, everyone's right in the same team. It's almost like there's a meta or something. I also want to root for the underdog here. I think Salamence could take it home because he just has like the power core.
I would love to see a Salamence win Players Cup 3.
Yeah, I mean, we'll look at what he has in the backup, man. Little old Salamence has a Zacian, Rillaboom, Colossal, Urshifu, and Dragapult.
Gabriel Agati's bringing the power.
You can't beat him, join him, folks.
Yeah. And then real quick, in Oceania, we've got a Zacian team, a Lapdog, I should say. We've got a Solgaleo, the only Solgaleo in the entire Players Cup qualified players. And then crazy. Both types of Calyrex. Call you crazy, but
I'm pretty sure Yoav's team, the Zacian, Landorus, T, Ensign, Lapras, Amoonguss, and Regieleki is like the exact same.
.png.
Yeah, I think that's the exact same team that Pierre brought. Rest in peace, Pierre's run. But I think that's the same team he's brought. So, fun fact.
That would make sense. It is like the quintessential Lapdog team.
Yeah, honestly.
Your double intimidators, your Amoonguss, your Regieleki, and Lapdog. That's it.
It don't get much better.
I'm surprised to not see more of that exact team.
There's some teams, and this is the same way I feel about, the Sun teams, right? With their Umbreons, their Venusaurs, their Groudons, and their Instants and Charizards, that they have reached the best that they're going to get. There's no other way you can change that team to be better. I think that's like the same case for the Lapdog team. There's no better Lapdog team than that team right there. And I feel that for the Groudon team, there's no better Groudon team than that team right there.
Right.
Maybe you can change 1 or 2 Pokemon, but the 5 core are going to remain there. And you can't have a Groudon team without those and expect it to be like, top tier. Same thing with Kyogres, right? You would know what to see on a Kyogre team, right?
Right.
See Kyogre, Tornadus, Regieleki, Kartana, etc., etc., etc. Like, you know exactly what you're expecting.
As a quick side note, I just want to say something quite funny that I just noticed. Each of the three, no, oh,
We're
so
muted.
close. Oh, it was so close. No, uh, Oceania and North America both are bringing 3 Incineroars out of their 4 players. In total, there are 8 Incineroars coming to the Players' Cup.
Incineroar.
Europe is bringing 2. Latin America has apparently imposed a ban on Incineroars. Not a single person is bringing an Incineroar.
They're too busy with their Colossees,
I
their
love it.
Charizards, and the Roadies.
Like, Incineroar is by far the most brought Pokemon to the Players' Cup, just obviously. I don't think anybody was. Yeah, I don't think anybody was thinking otherwise.
Let's see what Pikalytics has to say about this.
Half of all players. That's
60.1%.
Oh, gross. Oh, no. Anyway, Daniel Queck, good job. You are making it with a Mean Shao, and I think you're really cool for it. Wide guard. Break the other Calirexes.
Hey, I mean, it'll do something.
It will.
Winner from that, from Oceania. I'm actually gonna throw a curveball. I'm gonna say it's Christopher Egan.
Okay.
And I have a reason behind it.
Uh-huh.
No one is prepared for Sand. Absolutely no one expects Sand to be coming to this tournament, which means there are almost no fighting types to be found. The only fighting types you're encountering are Urshifu, which can easily get destroyed by an aerial ace from a Dracozolt.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Christopher Egan has a nice mix of Trick Room and Fast Mode with the Sand Rush. And I think Calyrex isn't as easy to take out as people think. And with the lack of, I mean, I don't want to say there's a lack of Zacian presence, because there's definitely a Zacian presence. But the only Pokemon that Calyrex really has to worry about is Zacian. And if you have things like Incin there, then Zacian is nothing. Because all you have to do is Intimidate, Parting Shot, Intimidate, and then you have a Zacian at -2.
Yeah, Zacian was brought just as much as Colossal, fun fact.
Oh, fun.
A quarter of all teams are running Zacian. I believe most of the ones that are running Zacian are also running Colossal. Yeah, with exception to one.
Run away from Zacian, folks.
Run away from Zacian. Just.
Do you think that the reason why Incineroar is so much more popular than it was previously is because Zacian is popular? Because Incineroar is just kind of Zacian's hardest check.
Yeah. I mean, certainly without Incineroar, Zacian would be running wild. I think the fact that Incineroar was already such a major presence in the game made Zacian kind of a non-starter for a lot of people. When it first came in Series 8. People were already aware of what Incineroar could do from Gen 7. So here we are. But anyway,
Heck,
so that, yeah.
People would even use Arcanine to stop a Zacian at that point. You got to get real desperate sometimes.
It's true. And with that is the our breakdown of the top 16 for Players Cup 3. When we come back from the break, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be looking at a few of some past team selects. We're going to be talking about how to take what you see at the very beginning and consider your different options. We've talked a little bit about it before, but I want to really drill down now that both of us have had a chance to, really get quote unquote better at the game. So we'll do all that and so much more when we come back in just a second. And we're on a break. Hi, everybody.
Welcome to the break.
Welcome to the break. Lupus was saying Zygarde is also not phased by neutralizing gas. So that's fun.
I think also Disguise Mimikyu. I could be wrong about that one.
I'm not sure about that one either. Boy, nice one.
I was sniffly. It's okay,
yeah.
it's a break.
It's a break. Horses in the back will win, PC. I got my horses on the back. Calyrex attached.
I got the horses in the back. Calyrex attached.
That got me. I can't believe I just cracked myself up like that. I'm sorry.
was-
Yeah, we need to try an Umbreon at some point. We still haven't done a single one.
Yeah,
Disguise is
agree.
not affected.
See,
Oh man.
the thing with Umbreon is that its play style is so.
It's hard to play, you say?
No, it's not that it's hard to play. It's just that it's a slow play style. You really gotta.
Oh, it's slow.
You gotta. I don't know. It's like you gotta expect to sit there for half an hour during a battle. Because you
Yeah.
don't go down. So all you do is really just put everything to sleep with yawn,
Mhm.
and then moonlight when you get to yellow. They can't stop you.
They
It's the
do
rate.
run like one set.
Yeah, it's like a
Foul
foul
play,
play.
snarl,
moonlight.
moonlight, yawn. Yeah.
Yeah, exact same thing. I actually don't know what defenses they build. I haven't actually, Pikalyticsed Umbreon ever.
Yeah. I mean, you're obviously never building any kind of attack on that or any kind of speed because speed just doesn't matter for Umbreon because it has such a low base anyway. It's just base 65. You're not really trying to spec against anything else. You go inner focus so that you don't get flinched. You go max HP, a little bit of defense, a little bit of special defense.
Yeah, it looks like the sets are kind of all over the place for this thing.
Yeah, you can go 252 HP, 252 defense bold. You're always going bold.
Yeah, they're always going.
But yeah, you never really care too much about it.
Dang, this Pokemon is literally so tanky.
It's
what were they thinking when they
very
made him?
true. It's very, very true.
I'm proud of you, Umbreon. You did good.
I loved Umbreon before, by the way.
That was one of my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like design-wise?
Mm-hmm.
Always.
I think it's really cool. I still have my Umbreon plushie somewhere. I used to be like
also
my
one of the
favorite
best
thing.
shinies in the game.
Yes.
Just that subtle blue. And then they gave Espeon that vomit green.
Yeah, they did.
I gotta say, when I play through Johto, I always get Espeon though because Umbreon is so bad for a playthrough.
Yeah.
It does no damage, and you're just like, oh, okay, this kind of sucks.
Truly.
Espeon, on the other hand, is just like psychic. Goodbye.
It's true.
No, it's Peloton Road.
Peloton Road. Lucas says, so
that's
stream
right.
with 2 Electric Boogaloo. I'm down.
You want to do that again?
Yeah, let's do that again. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Where you play the team 3 days, and then I play the cup 3 days. I like that.
Yeah, I think we should have at least one stream where both of us are on. At least like one talking through stuff with the other. Like that can be like the training day, like the boot camp day. We can do a boot camp.
Days where you stream. I'll come on when I can.
Yeah.
I should be available.
I'll make sure I'm available that week. It's fine.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I should be available those 3 days.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
It's in like 2 weeks anyway. So.
I know. We'll figure it out this week and then
changing that
the
much
week
in
after
our lives.
we'll stream it. Yeah.
It's not like we're planning for months in advance here. We're just like, oh, this is like tomorrow.
I'm really enjoying streaming these days. I've been doing this thing where like instead of doing the video, I'll just do a really quick stream where I'll do like basically the same content as the video and just, same frames and everything, just play through a couple of games and talk through it. And in between these games, rather than edit them out, I'm like talking with the chat and stuff. Like it's been fun.
Mm-hmm. That's fun.
Yeah. And then, we had a Giratina and chill day the other day with Cloverbell's Giratina team.
Giratina is low-key really good.
Actually,
I had a great time with Giratina on my video. I think I don't know what Cloverbells are in, but I ran a special one with weakness policy. It was fun.
Yeah, same kind of one.
And Giratina Origin is just kind of really bad.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I found. It makes no sense to ever run Origin over... Like, the stat distribution doesn't change that much, and you just lose defense for, like, a mixed attack set, and, like... cares about mixed attacking.
Yeah, I mean, like you get levitate, but you never cared about ground in the first place.
Ooh, I can float.
I mean, like now I guess I can go.
You can get telepathy
earthquake with my Landorus, but
yeah, why not?
I guess you could do telepathy, but that's the same. That accomplishes the exact same thing.
under pressure. Hey, here's the thing though. People joke about pressure being a bad ability. It's not bad if the people don't use PP ups. If they're only have 5 Astro Barrages and you force them into 3, that's pretty good.
That's not bad.
And like you're tanky enough to take a lot of hits from these Pokemon sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get back to the episode. We've got a lot to talk about, and oh my gosh, it's already almost 10 o'clock, so I want to sleep like sooner rather than later. Nah, not gonna happen. We got to do a page. All right, here we go. And we're back. Welcome back to Pokésports. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wanted to just go into a game and just win? You ever thought about that? You ever just been like, I want to queue up for this game, but I don't want to go through the hassle of playing it? Well, that's what we're here for. We want to help you look at a game, look at your opponent, and be like, I know what I can do to win against this. This is guaranteed what most of the people at Players Cup 3 are going to be doing. This is guaranteed what most of the people who are going to be winning a lot in Players Cup 4 are going to be doing. And that is analyzing team select. I keep wanting to say champ select because boy, do I have League in my head right now. Wild Rift just came out and I just downloaded and I haven't had a chance to play it. Anyway, team select. What we're going to be doing today, we are going to be looking at 3 team selections, all from previous Kevin videos.
Hello.
And I'm going to be playing a little game with Kevin here. This is kind of like Dexit, but it's not. We're going to look at what both of these teams are. And I want Kevin to try and talk through his team select process. Why he's choosing certain Pokemon, what he's going up against that he wants to, counter. In what ways can he kind of lock his opponent out of a victory early? And then hidden away from our notes that we share, I have the actual team that he brought for that specific battle. And I want to see if he can. Yes, exactly. It's not even memory. If it's skill, if we're able to deduce exactly, if we're able to deduce what 4 Pokemon Kevin's brought, then he's a good player. That's what we're finding out. Is Kevin a good player? Let's find out.
Are these from matches that I won at least, or did I also lose these matches?
I don't know.
They're not that great.
I don't know. I assume it's a win.
Mike didn't go that far.
I didn't go that far.
Is what that means.
No. I assume it's a win because it's the first video and your strongest one is usually in the first.
And if it's not, I make it
or
the
first game.
Yes.
Exactly. So our first game is this right over here. And of course, all of these, since it's taken from the video specifically, will have Kevin's face on the top left. This first one is from Kevin's Series 8 Lunala team, where he brought
Yikes, that's so long ago. You said this was recent.
Where he brought
said recent.
I have to say that this is the Lunala one, right? Hold on. Yes, it is. Lunala, Tapu Fini, Thundurus, Stakataka, Incineroar, and Amoonguss. On the opponent's side is Tornadus, Kyogre, Venusaur, Porygon 2, Torkoal, and Urshifu.
Oh, yikes.
So looking at this opponent's team, what can we see?
To be honest, this opponent can do literally whatever they want because they have Trick Package, they have Sun, and they have Rain.
Right?
I feel like honestly against this team, it is the biggest toss up for what they would be doing. Looking at my team and looking how my team wants to go Trick Room, probably they're not going to. They're either gonna bring Trick Room themselves, or they're gonna start off Venusaur, let me set up Trick Room, then just prosper with the Torkoal.
Okay. I would think of this a little differently. Going from the opponent's side, I, as the opponent, would not want to bring Venusaur. Going in against this, we are seeing a Lunala, first of all. we're seeing Incineroar, we're seeing Amoonguss,
Mm-hmm.
and Amoonguss putting, say, Torkoal to sleep before Torkoal can actually do anything, and then Venusaur not being really able to damage or do all that much. My thought process goes that this would instead be Tornogre.
Yeah. You see, what I would try to do in this situation, and I don't know if past Kevin made this decision. I would definitely not bring Amoonguss because there's so many spread moves on that team. Amoonguss is really gonna be pointless. I think as my lead, I would try to cover for both of the potential leads, whether it's going to be Sun or if it's going to be Rain.
Okay.
And my best way around that is to bring Ensign and Thundurus. Because Thundurus can hit Kyogre for super effective and can hit Venusaur for super effective and take whatever those two are dishing out with the Assault Vest. And then the Ensign gives me the fake out to stop the potential Sleep Powder.
Okay. So with all that in mind, what 4 Pokemon would you be bringing to this battle?
I have to choose 4. Okay, I would definitely go Ensign, Tornadus, Lunala Stacka.
Okay. Your 4 Pokemon that you brought to this battle were Lunala, Thundurus, Amoonguss, and Stakataka.
I was close.
You got 3 out of the 4.
Okay.
The only difference here was the Amoonguss. You swapped that in retrospect to the Ensign. Would have made a lot of sense. Now, would you have brought that Incineroar on a Kyogre?
No, I would have swapped there.
I see.
But the problem is I wouldn't have a safe swap.
Right.
I would just kind of go down. I would have to rely on my Thundurus Ocon, which I don't even think it can do.
That's fair.
That Dynamax is.
So it's a tough matchup regardless.
Oh, it's a tough team preview because their team could do anything.
Yeah. Right? That's true. Okay.
It's kind of a coin toss. Do you happen to know what they led with? Or nah? Because I'd be curious.
No.
I somehow won it. So I did it somehow.
To be honest, I can actually find that incredibly quickly. So your opponent led with Venusaur.
Okay. I got that part right.
You did, surprisingly. So the
Thanks.
Tornadus Lunala was actually a really good pick. So good for you. All right. So let's look at team preview number 2. This one right over here. This one is from a video entitled Series 8 Rayquaza Regieleki.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is you.
Nope. No, it's got your face right there.
Okay. Guess it's me.
That's you. You brought a Rayquaza, Cresselia, Incineroar, Clefairy, Glastrier, and Regieleki. Your opponent brought a Kyogre, Zapdos, Incineroar, Tornadus, Amoonguss, and Urshifu.
Hard rain.
Yeah. Hard rain.
Huh.
Yeah. So looking at this, we're obviously seeing Kyogre somewhere during this game.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that I led with Rayquaza for sure. Against any type of weather, you lead Rayquaza.
Mm-hmm.
What did I bring in the back though? Is the question. I definitely think I brought Regieleki here.
Okay.
Because Regieleki is really strong against the Urshifu and against Kyogre and Tornadus. The rest of the team though, what did I bring? I know I didn't bring Clefairy. Clefairy doesn't make any sense.
You wouldn't bring Clefairy here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would not bring Clefairy. The instant doesn't really make sense to me either. Like instant.
Now, why wouldn't you bring the Clefairy?
There's so many spread moves. There's no point in the additional thing. I think honestly, I might have led with Regieleki, Rayquaza, both
Yeah.
switched out, went into Crest, and then set up Trick Room with a Glacier in the back as like an end of game type of option.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say those 4.
Interesting. Now, I would agree with the Clefairy specifically. Looking at this team, again, trying to go backwards. If I were to be the ones selecting for your opponent with the very Japanese name that I don't know, there are like 3 utility Pokemon in there. It's John. There are like 3 utility Pokemon in there.
Yeah.
Amoonguss, Tornadus, Incineroar. So you don't need to be like soaking up hits so much here. You need to take out the power hitters and, survive out until the end of the game. Right. Your choice for this game, you were actually spot on. And that's Rayquaza, Regieleki. In the back, you brought Glacier and Cresselia. You likely also like ran through that exact scenario. Well, you would have actually, but looking through the video now, you swept with Rayquaza and Regieleki.
Yeah, I think that was the video where I was able to set up a +2 on Rayquaza, and then Kyogre attempted to max Hailstorm my Rayquaza, and I took like 30% damage from a 4 times effective ice move. Because I'm also holding the Assault Vest too.
Yeah,
and
right.
I was just like, lol, nice try. And it's so funny seeing a Kyogre out of water. It's literally like taking a fish and putting it on the ground. It just starts flopping and doesn't do any damage.
Wow. Okay. So that's good. That's good. I'm liking where you are so far. You've mostly chosen the same Pokemon that you've gone with in your previous lives.
And I would say that talking through it now here, I feel like I'm making better decisions in case people.
You think so?
I
I mean, we're also think tanking it, right? Like we have more than a minute and a half, and you're not on camera trying to be a personality at the same time, right? So.
Well, I'm still on camera trying to be a personality.
I guess that's fair. But we're doing it together, Kevin. We're doing it together. Okay. So your last team is this one right here. And for context, for this one, I want us to let's not try to remember exactly what we did, and more so look at this as a moment and just be like, what would I do in this situation? Imagine that you hadn't already done this. This one should be a little easier because it's been a little bit longer than your most recent video. That's going to be this one right over here. So we've got a Series 8 Zekrom team was the one that you did here. There you go. It's a Zekrom, Urshifu, Celesteela, Incineroar, Comfey, and Amoonguss. You're going up against Venusaur, Torkoal, Kyogre, Porygon 2, Spectrier, and Tyranitar. Okay, so get all what happened in that game out of your head, so we're not thinking about it.
See, I don't remember that game, but I just remember a very funny quote that I said. I was like, "How many weathers does this man need?"
Oh my gosh, that's so true. So I did like zero research into this, by the way. Like I never watched these games. I was just like, all right, we're just gonna pick 3 at complete random. And this one just happened to have 3 different elements of weather.
And Trick Room. This guy's got it all.
Oh yeah, and Trick Room.
So this is another situation of, okay, guess he can lead with anything. But in all honesty, I think if I'm remembering my movesets correctly.
Okay. How badly does the moveset affect what you're picking into?
Well, the moveset, it depends if I have like a super effective mode against the Venusaur or not. I was just thinking if I had Airstream. And I'm pretty sure I have Airstream on Zekrom.
I see.
So if I have Airstream on Zekrom, I probably let Zekrom Comfey.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you a hint here. You do have Fly on your Zekrom.
Okay, so yeah. And then I definitely think Zekrom Comfey would be the best way to go here. Especially since they have no way of stopping me, right? Once I get the +2, it's literally my game. and I can steamroll them from there. The only thing that can get in my way a little bit is maybe a Trick Room from the Porygon. But at that point, Zekrom's Dragon typing doesn't care about the majority of his team. I don't care about his Kyogre. I don't care about his Venusaur. I don't care about his Torkoal. The only Pokemon I really care about is Ground, Dragon, and Fairy. His team has none of those. So I can just bring Zekrom and be fine. In terms of the back, I think Urshifu is kind of a safe play here. Urshifu does great against the Spectre, does great against the Tyranitar, does neutral damage to everything else with a Wicked Blow. And I guess maybe a Celesteela.
Okay.
It's kind of like the last Pokemon doesn't really matter. It's just I don't have any this matchup because there's a Kyogre and then there's a Tyranitar. Instance kind of iffy here. Same thing goes for Amoonguss as we said before. There's too many spread moves for me to want to bring Amoonguss. There's Rock Slide, there's Water Spout, there's Origin Pulse, there's Heat Wave, there's Eruption. Amoonguss doesn't help me out here.
Right.
Amoonguss would only help me out if I thought they were leading with Trick Room. And Trick Room doesn't seem like their main strategy. It kind of seems like Porygon's there to stop Trick Room. It's not there to propel Trick Room and move forward with it.
Yeah.
And even if they get Trick Room up, who am I worried about? Torkoal ain't touching a Dynamax.
That's fair.
Zekrom, yeah.
So your four Pokemon are Zekrom, Comfey, Celesteela, and
Urshi.
Excluding the Amoonguss and excluding the Incineroar for this. That makes sense to me. That is also
also just really quick. There's only one physical attacker on his team. That's another reason not to bring it.
Yeah, well,
the whole team is special. Yeah,
there you go. This is another one. It's another team that you got completely correct. Zekrom, Comfey, Urshifu, and Celesteela. It is also another team where you totally swept with just the first two, because sometimes Comfey and Zekrom can just win the whole thing by themselves.
That's the thing, though. My opponent had nothing to stop the Zekrom.
Right.
And that Zekrom's such a good and underrated Pokemon.
It's true.
I would have brought it to Players Cup if I was a little bit more brave.
Your opponent brought Porygon 2 and Spectrier. So
they lost already.
your big fear was there, but there was nothing that the Spectrier could have done to you.
I'm pretty sure I was surprised my opponent didn't bring one of his 3 weathers.
Right.
As the lead.
Right, exactly. Okay. Now I want to introduce that as a potential segment here. And this is going to completely be up to the people who are listening to this right now. If you are interested in seeing this as a segment, bless you, Kevin.
Thank you.
I want you to do 3 things. 1, take a screenshot of your team preview at that exact screen that I had right there, where you can see your team and your opponent's team. 2, I want you to send that as an email or a tweet. Let me think about that. You can send it as an email or a tweet. So either send it to pokesportspodcast@gmail.com or send it to us on Twitter at pokesportspod. Just tag us on that. And I want you to also, now I'm thinking about if I want them to tell me their actuals. Listen, if you send it to us as an email, then I want you to put the 4 Pokemon that you actually brought,
because that'll influence our answer.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess maybe don't. Fine. Don't.
We'll tell you what your lead.
We'll tell you what the lead should have been. Exactly. Just send us your team previews to Pokesportspod at Twitter or pokesportspodcast@gmail.com. We'll take a look at that. We'll post it up. Maybe give you a shout out if that's what you want. Who knows? Whatever. It's fine. Yeah, and we'll talk through your team preview.
And it'll be fun because we can all see what everyone would do.
Yeah. You can send a Discord DM too. Absolutely. You know both of us on Discord. X-Rays Ovation, Still Just Mike. We're there on the Pokesports Discord, so you can go and do that.
That are on the top of the thing.
Yes, exactly. Get in our Discord. We're right there. Yeah, I think that could be a pretty decent segment that we could do. the end of some episodes.
It's good practice too.
Yeah.
Team preview is an important part of the whole game, and people don't respect it.
People don't. It's true. So yeah, send that over to us. We'd love to see it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the end of Pokésports podcast number 73. It was a fun time. It was a very fun time. Kevin, you got anything to plug this week?
Stream on Tuesday. Gonna be doing something VGC related.
And then after that, do you still do Mystery Dungeon, or are you moving on to something else?
I've taken a couple of breaks to pass my exam.
Fair.
But yes, I would be doing Mystery Dungeon this week.
Cool. All right. And that's for members only. So if you are a member at youtube.com/Pokésports, you will be able to see that. As for me, I will be also streaming this coming week, likely on Friday, possibly on Saturday, definitely on Friday though. You can follow us on Twitter at PokesportsPod. Send us those team previews because we want to see them. Go to Pokesports podcast at Instagram. Check out our stuff there. You can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, or you can check us out on Patreon at Pokesports Podcast. Well, I should say patreon.com/Pokesports Podcast. It's almost the beginning of a new month, which of course means the beginning of a new liege. This is going to be potentially the last Series 8 liege that we'll have, where you can actually bring restricted mons, or a restricted mon. We might consider changing things up in Series 9 if nothing, happens between now and then, if nothing's announced. If it really is Series 7, I don't want to do that again.
Sing Pikachu's added.
Oh, that's true. Okay, never mind. Then it's just going to be Series 9. Series 9 is different than Series 7.
Yeah, you got Sing Pikachu.
Sing Pikachu
La, la,
and
la.
Max Guard.
Oh my god, is that Post Malone?
Post
No,
Malone
it's Sing
sending out a Sing
Pikachu.
Pikachu.
It's Post Pikachu.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, we'll maybe consider something different for Series 9, but for now we have at least one more one restricted mon league coming up. I want to thank some patrons out there. Everybody above a certain tier gets a patron shout out. People like Elijah, Colton, Sheldon, Travis, Servo, Mark, Carlo, Corey, other Corey without an E, Dreamweaver, Jack S, Ro Ixon, Scotty D, Bark Dog, welcome Bark Dog, Alex, Joseph, Kevin K, King Boo, Martine, Ahmed, Rowan, Chris P, George, Greg, Lewis, Braden, Make It Totter, Pink Hat Boy, Ryan, Sowen, Mod Pierre, and of course Mod Tofu. Big thanks to M Dash for every single second of every single piece of music you hear on this podcast, including our theme, including the intro theme today as well, which was Battle vs. Mustard was this one. Back when Isle of Armor came out, M Dash made this like custom battle, like, I don't know, kind of like Asian inspired battle theme, which I thought was really, really cool. Yeah, and that's gonna be it. So everybody, thank you for listening. Yeah.
Also, huge shout out to elite level Pokesports members, Totodile Dundee and Kevin Kennedy. Thank you guys.
Awesome.
I remember we have to shout them out too.
Let's do it. Sweet. I'll remember that. All right, cool. Thanks,
I
everybody.
always forget.
Not anymore.